Hello friends, welcome back to the lecture series on AI. Today we'll discuss about disjunctive normal form. Previous session we talked about prenex normal form. We'll be talking about three normal forms: prenex, disjunctive and conjunctive normal form. Prenex you already seen in the previous lecture. Today we'll talk about disjunctive normal form. Here we'll talk about the definition and concept will be made more clear using examples. It's a short video. So let us start. Disjunctive normal form. So a formula is in disjunctive normal form if and only if it is either a single conjunctive clause or a series of conjunctive clauses joined by or. So this is what you can see, right? Disjunctive clause, disjunctive connective and conjunctive. So it is a series of all the connectives connected using disjunctive connectives. So it is disjunction of conjunction, right? A well-formed formula consisting of disjunction of conjunctions. So given any statement, our main motto is to get that statement in this form, right? Where all the clauses are separated using an or or operator, right? It can also be described as an or of ends, right? Sum of products if you are thinking from Boolean point of view, right? So this is the sum of products. These are the products and this is sum of products. So to make the concept clear, let us start with a small simple example first. Okay, this is the statement given. What it says, A implies B and this whole thing implies C or D, right? A implies B, this whole thing implies C or D. Now, as per the rules, if you remember, we had 8 rules. Whenever you want to convert any WFF or statement into a normal form, any of those statements rules can be used. Here, the first thing is what you need to check. Does it has any biconditional connective? No, it does not have. What it has an implication connective, right? So you just need to eliminate this implication connective. Now to eliminate an implication connective, you already know it is always replaced by what? A negation and or operator. So if you remove this first, A implies B, then what you'll have negation of A and or, right? So elimination is done by adding negation and or operator, right? Now to eliminate this, you'll be applying negation at this level and this will be replaced by or operator, right? To eliminate this, here you have negation outside the braces or C or D. Is it clear? We eliminated both the implication. First, we eliminated the inner one and then we eliminated the outer one, right? Negation and or operator. Okay, now what we have next, as per the rules, what we have a negation which is outside the braces. What is the main motto? Negation should be associated with a literal. So here it is not associated with a literal, it is whole associated with a particular clause. So what you need to do is you need to move the negation inside. Now whenever you're moving a negation inside, this and or this or symbol becomes and symbol or operator, right? This or operator becomes and operator, right? So when you move the negation inside, negation is moved inside, or is become and this is now negation of B, because negation of A and negation of B, right? This side remains same, there is no change, or C or D. Now negation and negation gets cancelled when we already seen this rule also. So it becomes only A and negation of B or C or D. Now what you need to do is you just need to remove the unnecessary braces what we have here. So removal of unnecessary parenthesis, what you get, A and not B or C or D. Now if you look at this statement carefully, right, it is in disjunctive normal form, right? Here you can see this is conjunctive which is connected using disjunctive operator, right? So this statement is in disjunctive normal form. It is similar to what you have seen here, right? All these clauses connected using or operator. The same thing here, all these clauses are connected using and operator. And here again we talked about a single conjunctive or series of conjunctive clauses. So this is are the single conjunctives and these are the series of conjunctive clauses. Is it clear? Let us look at one more example. Okay. Now this is the statement given. P implies Q and R, right? Or negation of P or negation of R or S. This is the statement given which is in a WFF form and you need to convert it into disjunctive normal form. Okay, again look at the statement carefully. What you'll be removing first thing is implication connective. The first thing to remove is implication connective which will be replaced by a negation and an or operator. Rest of the things remain same, right? So the first thing what we do is we remove the implication connective and it is replaced by negation and an or operator. Okay. Now, second thing what we are doing is we are moving negation inside. Now, if you look at this negation, it is outside the parenthesis. Negation should be associated with a particular literal, but it is outside the parenthesis. So what we'll do now, we'll move the negation inside. Now, when you move the negation inside, this or operator gets converted into and operator, right? We have already seen it in the previous example also. Or operator gets converted into and operator, right? So now when you move it, the negation inside, you get negation of P and here you have double negation of R or S. Now whenever there is a double negation, what we do is the negation gets cancelled and it remains as R or S. Is it fine? This is what you get a statement after removing this double negation. Is it clear? But now if you look at this statement carefully, what it is conjunction of disjunction. It is conjunction of disjunction. We should not be allowed. What we want? We want disjunction of conjunction. But here if you can observe, it is conjunction of disjunction. So what we do is we apply distributive law. So when you apply distributive law, this is what you get. Right? If you look at this carefully, negation of P and R, this is one clause. Then negation of P and S, this is what you get, the second clause. And they are separated by an or symbol, right? Negation of P and R, negation of P and S, and this or symbol comes as it is. Applying distributive law. The distributive law already I have put it in the first lecture itself of predicate logic. You can go through it. Okay. Now after doing this, what we need to do is there are so many braces, we need to remove the parentheses which are not required. So when you remove the parenthesis, this parenthesis you have removed, right? These parentheses also are removed. What you get this. Now if you look at the statement carefully, you can see this is disjunction, conjunction, disjunction, conjunction. So what you have, set of disjunctions which are connecting series of conjunctions, right? So this statement is now in disjunctive normal form. I hope it is clear. Let us look at the last example. Okay. Now again what you have here is P implies Q and R, or negation of P implies negation of Q and negation of R, right? So very first thing again, like all the other examples, what you'll be doing, eliminate implication connective. So here you have two implication connectives, right? And they'll be replaced by what? Negation and or operator, right? So this is replaced by negation of P or Q and R. This is replaced by again negation of P and or operator. Is it fine? The rest of the statement remains same. Only what we have done is we eliminated the implication. Now again, if you look at here, it has double negation. So double negation gets cancelled. So what you get is only directly P, right? So you get negation of P or Q and R and P or negation of Q and negation of R. Is it clear? Fine. Now what we do is, now we apply distributive law. Why we want to apply distributive law? We don't want conjunction, we want disjunction, right? So we'll be applying a distributive law. Now when you're applying a distributive law, I've shown you how it will be applied so that this statement will be clear. So this will be combined with this, and again this will be combined with this, again different colors. You can see negation of P, V, P or Q and R and P. Remember, this whole thing is one statement, or the main motto was to convert this end, we wanted or, right? Again you have negation of P or Q and R, and you have negation of Q and negation of R. This is what you have here. Is it fine? I have put a square braces here so that it can be distinguished. This is one clause or this is the second clause. Is it fine? Applying the distributive law. Now if you look at the statement, still there are conjunctions available. So we'll reapply the distribution law. So again apply distributive law. What you get? Look at this now. The same statement I've copied, only now we'll be adding this. Okay. So again you have negation of P and P. Okay. Negation of P and P or Q and R and P. Right. Distributive law is applied here. And P is added here as well as here by expanding it. Is it fine? Now, similarly, now this will be added here. So again, what you will have here, negation of P and minus negation of Q and negation of R. Similarly, or you will have Q and R and negation of Q and negation of R. Is it fine? We applied a distributive law again. Now what we'll do, we'll eliminate the unnecessary braces. So when you eliminate the unnecessary braces, like this square bracket will be eliminated. What you get? Negation of P and P or Q and R and P, or again if you remove the braces here, negation of P and negation of Q and negation of R, this whole thing as one, or Q and R and minus Q and negation of Q and negation of R. Is it fine? This is what you get. Now if you look at the statement carefully, what you have, you can see this is all disjunction, right? The clauses are connected using disjunction, and what it has, series of conjunctions, right? Series of conjunctions which are joined together using disjunction, right? So the statement is in disjunctive normal form. Now put two statements here. Disjunctive and conjunctive normal forms are not unique. It is not necessary every time we'll get the same. You might get a different one. So how do we get it? In the above example, if you look at this statement, you have Q and R and not Q and not R. So this Q and not Q can be cancelled out. As it is end, it will eliminate false or zero. Similarly, R and not R also can be cancelled out. So though this whole clause can be cancelled, so you get another answer, right? So conjunctive and disjunctive normal forms are not unique. You can get more than one form type for the same statement. I hope the concept is clear. In the next lecture, we'll talk about conjunctive normal form.